Hi, everybody. We are Cindy Lewis Caballero and Sandy Orlando, your two co-race directors of the Endurance Event Productions race series, which now includes the upcoming Georgina Spring Fling, the Kawartha Sun Run, the Georgina Marathon and Half Marathon, and the Nutrients Oakville 21.1 Half Marathon. And we wanted to do some interviews with some of the people who have taken part in our events, at least a few times, just to give you guys an idea of who's out there. Some of the runners at the front, some of the runners at the back, some of the runners in the middle, how they got into running and what their lives are like. So with us today, we have the Anselm family. We have mom, Stephanie. We have Olivia, who's 13, and we have Owen, who is 15. We've seen them come out a number of times to fall Georgina Marathon and Half Marathon. Stephanie started out with the half and then ran 2 years of the 5K. And Owen and Olivia, we got to know because Sandy and I were at the finish line. And if any of you were there, you saw these kids just screaming in way in front of those adults. And everyone was like, who are they? Well, this is who they were. They were Owen and Olivia. So we wanted to get them on here and have a little conversation about what life is like in a family of, we're going to call you elite runners because you are. So we'll talk a little bit about that, and then we're going to ask you, what brings you back to Georgina year after year. So, Stephanie, maybe you can talk about, your mom. You started running first. What was that kind of history like for you?
Yeah, I started running when I was in grade 8. I loved sprinting and competed for my school and came first in the city and just caught the bug and joined the Windsor Legion Track Club in high school and ran for my high school. Went to OFSA with my relay team and just loved the atmosphere of running. After high school, I went into engineering and couldn't balance the load. So I did pause and missed it considerably. So in my 20s, I thought, I'm not going to be sprinting anymore. So I started trying to run a 5K. And that's kind of where I started. And I've run on and off, even, when I was having kids, I even, ran while pregnant. And but when they were young, I started back into kind of racing and did 5K, 10K, worked my way up to a half marathon, and have done 2 full marathons. Chicago Marathon was my last attempt. That was in 2023. Yeah, and now I'm focusing back on trying to get fast. So more on the 5K races. But I did do a 3,000 meter outdoor track event in the summer, and I'm going to do a 200-meter fun run this weekend while the kids are racing.
I don't know if that's going to be a fun run. That's going to be a fast run.
Yes, it's going to be fast.
I hope it's indoors.
Yes, it's indoors at the Toronto Track and Field Center.
Okay.
So, I mean, sometimes when kids grow up and they see their parents doing something, they are never going to be like their parents and never do what their parents do, right? And other times you see kids like yours start to take part in the things that you do. So how did that happen in your family?
Yeah, I think
maybe you should ask that from Olivia and Owen.
Yeah, I'll let you guys answer. I know we tried to do, but nice to involve them. But why don't you guys go ahead?
Yeah, so we always, when we were really young, when we first went to my mom's races, it was interesting to watch for sure. As we got older, we could participate more in our school runs. I personally really liked it. Didn't love it at the time, but as I kept going, I really learned to love the sport.
Mm-hmm. Oh, come a little bit closer, Owen, to the camera.
And also was free. I mean, not going to club for 2 months. And COVID happened, so I didn't really go to and then I started really having my experience with very much. And then green, I was going to and so running a few guys, I just started quite a lot. Yeah,
Awesome.
Were you able to hear that, Cindy?
I heard a little bit of it, but not all of it. So he wasn't
It was really hard to hear you. Sorry, Owen.
right up to my computer. We're going to make you say that all again.
How did you get started?
So when I was in third grade, I started
E-
school
Yeah,
competition.
even still, even come closer.
So when I was in third grade, I started school cross country. And that was and then for a couple of months, and I and it was fun, you know, just kind of fun thing, work, but you know, it's kind of fun. And then afterwards, I was physical activity for a couple of years, and then I joined as a part of athletics, and I found a teacher there at training.
Okay.
Okay.
So, um, for you guys now, Owen and Olivia, you've now come into, you've grown up a little bit, you've gotten a little bit older, you've gotten a whole lot more competitive. How did you find your current training group? Who is your current training group? What does your running schedule look like? And then, Mom, how do you find time to do your own running around what these kids are doing?
So our club is Toronto West Athletics. We got introduced from a friend. We started at a Tobaco track, but they were more of a sprinting club, and we focused more on mid distance. That's where we found Toronto West Athletics. My schedule right now, we do 3 practices a week with the club, and then 2 longer runs by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm in the younger club. I think it's like for grades, what, one to
Junior development squad.
Yep.
Yeah, younger, under grading.
Okay. And then I'm gonna get you to get right in the middle of that camera, right where Olivia's sitting. Even more, like right in the middle, and stay right in the middle.
Push her right out of the way. There you go.
So I train with the high school group for Toronto West, and I run usually 6 times a week. So I'll do like three practices with Toronto West, and then I'll do 3 on my own, so like a long run and 2 like cross training and running days. And yeah, and then I usually train just with other high schoolers. There's a lot of girls in our club, and there's less boys, but there's still a lot of boys. And yeah, I have like a lot of friends there, so it's pretty fun. It's almost like you're hanging out there. Because you know you just enjoy the company. But
Awesome. Yeah, your friends end up being the people that do the sport with you, right? So not only are you going there to work out, you're going there to hang out with your friends, and you have that different group than you have at school. But one thing you might feel is that, you go to school and you have all your classmates talking about how tired they were from playing their video games the night before. And you guys must in your mind think of, what? Do you know what I was doing the night before? So anyway, you guys are pretty amazing. So Stephanie, how do you find time to run? And again, I'll get you to take Olivia's spot there too, front and center in that screen, because it seems to be the best place for the voice to come through.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I follow their schedule in terms of the nights they run, I run. And so that seems to work out really well. And waking up early in the morning or going in the evening after, the day is done for my other days. Yeah, we kind of just make it work together. And I think it's great because we all understand why I'm out. If I am out, the kids understand. But I try to, make sure that I'm overlapping with them as much as possible. So it kind of makes it a little bit easier on those 3 days.
Mm-hmm. So what about Dad? Have you got him out yet on the road in his running shoes?
He's walking right now in this freezing cold weather.
Yeah.
He is our cheerleader. He comes
Yeah.
to every single event. He's out there cheering us on. He gets very, I think he gets involved in your successes and your trials and tribulations. So he's very emotionally a part of it for us, but not physically involved.
Yeah, that's amazing, because we all need someone like that, right? Like it can be all consuming, and 3 all-consuming people going to the same event, it's good to have that other person along who's there to look after you rather than to be consumed with their own event as well.
Yeah. That's the official race Sherpa.
Yeah.
Very important, right? So I'm curious to know, maybe we can get Owen to go on first. Owen, you are 15, right?
Yeah.
So did you find that as you started to grow up and sort of go past being a really young guy and your body changed, did you find that made it better for you as a runner or harder?
So that's really interesting. So I'd say I really only kind of hit puberty a lot like recently. Again, not like too far in puberty, but I say last year in cross country season. I was before that from the summer. I was still very, very like a kid. Like I'm still pretty short, but like it was very hard when I started growing a lot. Like I grew an inch and a half in a couple of months. And it was very hard on my knees, my joints. I felt kind of out of sorts running, and it was definitely strange. But I've kind of gotten used to it and got to do strength training. Kind of work to become more in my body. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Yeah. It makes a difference, right? When you start your body changes shape. I remember watching last year when last year in the 5K, you came second overall and you're behind a guy who was a great, big, muscular dude. And I was watching you tracking right in behind him and oh man. So what do you have to do now in order to catch that guy?
So training harder, I guess. Last year when I did it, I was kind of just starting back in the season, so a bit of a shape. So this year I might try to go to the spring one, and I'll try to see if I'm looking there. And try to train this summer. I probably won't take too much of a break, and hopefully just growing, training harder, and progressing. I hopefully I'll win. So yeah.
Yeah. So you've got some big goals for 2025.
Yep, definitely.
What about you, Olivia?
Yeah. So last year when I did the 5K, we just took the summer off for our club running. So I wasn't in my top fitness, but I did think I did pretty well. I got a PB. And this
Great.
year I'm hoping to cut my time down even more.
All right. So
Awesome.
we'll be looking for you guys to break the tape for us this fall.
Yeah, we just have to make sure we're ready in time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where do you guys live? Do you guys live close to Georgina?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna get you right in front and center of the computer there.
Yeah, we live in Etobicoke. So we've done a couple different ways. We've slept in Georgina the night before, and last year we just went up the morning of with our family friends, and both kind of worked out really well. So it's not like it's an easy drive, and we always have breakfast after, so it's such a beautiful spot. So either way, it worked really well, sleeping over or just going up for the morning.
Yeah. So that kind of answers the question. You've been back a number of times. What brings you back? It's basically a beautiful place to go and run, right? And it's hard to find a course that flat.
Yeah. Yes, it's flat. So that was what attracted me for the half marathon. Is I just really wanted to see where I was at before my marathon. But I have to say, the atmosphere is what keeps bringing us back. Of course, it being flat is a nice perk, or like in terms of getting faster times as we keep trying to train and break those get those PRs. But we really love the atmosphere. It's a fun atmosphere, and there's so many different type of people out there, and it's serious enough but not too serious. Like it's got a fun vibe, and so yeah, we just love it.
Awesome. And that last comment is exactly what we're trying to do. Like, we're trying to be fun, but at the same time be serious and well organized and well executed. So
Very
you
well
can
organized.
be a great runner and come and run, a 2.5-hour marathon, or you can be someone who's out there for your first time to have a ball, and we'll be there waiting for you at the finish line and give you the same energy when you cross the line. So thanks for coming out, and it's been a pleasure kind of meeting you guys and getting to know you over this last little while. So yeah, Thanks, and keep running. And you guys are an inspiration to lots of people out there.
Yep. And we'll see. We'll be holding the tape for you.
Yep.